Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
We're so delighted to see you.
Incredibly delighted to see you.
Oh, my God. And we were backstage saying, they look like so much fun. We are. All right, well, we're gonna dive in, and then we're going to tell you how things are happening. Is that right, Sloan? Are we diving or just telling them? We're telling them first?
I think dive. I think that we should just dive. What do you think? 8 o'clock on a Saturday night in March. It's kind of amazing here in Saratoga. Woo!
In a certain tree I will make my nest. You can write to me at this address. I will be there and then I'll be gone. No matter where we live, we all move on. Make me a raven's wing. I will return in the spring when the desert is a beautiful thing. Pretty bird sings, fly away. Oh, how the pretty bird sings, fly away. Do you know your neighbors? Do you know your town? Do they pick you up if you fall down? Do you grow best in a certain kind of ground? Do we get to keep every home we ever found? Oh, how the pretty bird sings, fly away. Oh, how the pretty bird sings, join us, fly away. As I go along, I make my way and I make my song. Make me a raven, I will fly home. And oh, how the pretty bird sings, fly away. 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 Make me a raven, I will fly home. Thank you. Well, Sloan, you left before you could help me tell everybody. So come on back up here and help me tell everybody how it's going to work so that they know you're in
I'm
on
at
the
one
in
with
on
the
the
stairs.
plan. Sloan was checking out the stairs.
Yes. My
So
perch.
we are so happy to be here, and we are planning to do it the following way, which is that we're in the first set. I'm going to play a few songs, and then I'm going to sit down, and Sloan's going to come out and play a few songs. Then we'll take a little break. And then afterwards, we will all just crowd up here like we are now and share songs back and forth. That is
We'll
the
swap.
plan.
We'll swap.
Yeah, swap.
Okay. And we'll spend a lot of time like
On the
moving around
stairs.
on the stairs, and that's why I'm preparing the stair area
The stairs
for
will
much,
come- they'll-
much hanging out.
They'll figure heavily
This-
in the night.
Oh, I know. It's called the staria. Okay.
Very nice. Nice, Sloan. Nice. So, because I'm up here with my fabulous husband and bass player, Charlie Koch, I'm going to introduce him. This is Charlie Koch.
What's that called when, like a mosh pit? How about if we just organize something so in between songs we can just dive off the stage? We'll get
That's what the stairs are. They're the mosh pit. This is a true story about me and my neighbors, and January 2017. When the neighbors first moved in, I'm the one who built the fence, and I'm the kind who can hold out her hand if I know my line of defense. We are living in interesting times, and the sky falls every day. And I used to think my fence could make the world go away. But this morning all I know is I want to fall down and cry. This morning I don't need my fence, I need my neighbor on the other side. I've seen my neighbor with her children in the morning, driving them to school. And I've seen her play a game in the driveway. She knows how to set and bend a rule. And I don't know that much about her, but I dropped in and we talked at her store. And each time I come away wanting to know a little bit more. And this morning all I know is I want to fall down and cry. This morning I don't need my fence, I need my neighbor on the other side. I'm not the first one to protest, and I am the last one with a sign. And I mostly want to be left in peace, to make my pretty designs. And I don't know from trade agreements, and I don't understand all I hear. But I wasn't certain when the neighbors moved in, and now I am glad they are here. 'Cause this morning all I know is I want to fall down and cry. This morning I don't need my fence, I need my neighbor on the other side. Thank you. Thank you. So when I wrote that, I made a video, and I got to know my neighbor a little bit better because I had to call her up and say, I'm making a video of this song I wrote about you that I've never played for you, and would you like to be in it? And I could use a stranger, but I'd rather use you. So I have this fabulous neighbor, and the irony of it all is that I did put this fence up before they moved in, because Charlie said to me, I was on the road, I called him up one day, he said, some people are looking at the house next door, and there's like just 2 driveways between our houses. And he says, they're both divorced, they've just gotten together as a couple, and between them, they have 5 teenagers. I said, maybe we should think about that fence. And so we put it up, and these fabulous people move in and wonder why, we put this fence up. But the irony is that last year she asked me, so where'd you get your fence? I want to put one on the other side. So we brought up our fabulous Cadence Carroll and Sloan Wainwright and Steve Murphy, who, in case we haven't introduced the entire band. So between all of us up on stage, I say we've been trying to make our living in the arts here for, at least 100 years if you add us all up, but probably at least
200 years.
For most of us, you can say since the late 80s, early 90s, and we'd like to share with you our business plan. This is called Keep Your Overhead Low. You say you want to make a living in the arts. Well, here's what it's all about. put more money in than you take back out. Call the shots, do your soul a good turn. Just be sure you spend a little less than you earn. Be carefree, but don't be rash. As a general rule, always pay cash. Do what you love, all you gotta know. Keep your vision high, your overhead low. You wanna hear the song in your heart. You want space in your day. Time for your art. There's magic in the moment, the angle of the light. Let your vision soar. Keep your costs in sight. Beware of credit. Beware of debt. Of owning things that you haven't paid for yet. But make sure you lend. Be a real good friend. And then no one has to spend. Don't knock it till you try it. If you can borrow, why buy it? You will hear the song in your heart. You'll have space in your day. Time for your art. There's magic in the moment, the angle of the light. Let your vision soar. Keep your costs in sight. So let's review. If you have enough, do what you love. Learn to love having less stuff. Call the shots, do your soul a good turn. Just be sure you spend a little less than you earn. What you love, all you gotta know. Keep your vision high, your overhead low.
Good job, little girl.
They'll be back. Well, when I drive into Saratoga Springs, and I haven't been here for many, many years, at least since my friend Linda Schrade passed away. And for those of you who might not remember her, she was an amazing singer who lived here in the Saratoga Springs area, and long ago lived in Portsmouth, New Hampshire with me. And when I was about 21 or so, Linda and I, well, actually maybe we were 23 by that time. Linda and I and Susie Burke were part of a band with a couple of guys named Daves, and we would sing, what we thought of as fabulous folk music around the New Hampshire seacoast area. This is before Linda Schrade and David Kippeth, who both lived here, moved back here. And our hit of the evening was the three of us, the three gals. We would do an a cappella version of "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" at the end of the night, and we were just certain it was the best thing ever known to man or woman. And so when Linda got ALS, as many of you might know, the first thing it did is it took her voice. And she was an amazing person throughout the entire event. And she would have used that word person. I can see her saying it, person. And I used to go visit her in Maine in the last summer of her life, and it just broke my heart realizing what was going on. And I wrote this song as a way to cope with this thing. That's one of the things about being a songwriter. You get to take your sorrows and figure out how to cope. We sang "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" when they asked the three of us to sing. We were young and we were strong, and now your voice is gone. Long ago we sang "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" with you. Susie, she would start. You came in next with the lower part, and your voices were the engine in the plane. I would come in high and we would fly. Long ago we sang somewhere over the rainbow, and late at night you would sing the gray funnel line with Jay at the press room at closing time. When he was in his cups, your voice could hold anyone up, but we all fall down. Now things have come undone. You're as brave as they come, and you talk with your hands and your eyes. With time all things will fail, but you were such a nightingale. Long ago we sang somewhere over the rainbow, and maybe farther along we'll understand why the song, as voices come in and then go, and maybe we'll know all about it when we are over the rainbow. Thank you very much. Linda owned the Saratoga Beads Shop, I think it was called, right around the corner. Saratoga Springs Beads. Well, she would want me to follow that with something that was not too serious, seeing as her favorite song of mine was A Welcome to Boston, which really wasn't my most thought-provoking song. This song was started about 6 years ago when arugula first made its assault on our grocery stores. You might remember this. All of a sudden, arugula was everywhere. Before that, none of us could pronounce it, and now all of us were eating arugula. And it happened at the same time as a series of articles in the newspaper explaining why arugula was good for us, so that we would therefore eat it. And if you, like me, read any of the articles, you noticed that the new word on the scene was the phytonutrient. And what the phytonutrient did is it made the arugula bitter, but it also made it better for you. Note the alliteration, it will appear later on in the evening. And I was reading this in 2012, and I went out into my own backyard in Moab, Utah, where I'd lived for 20 years because I knew that no one had ever round up to the backyard, and I cut some dandelions, which they said were high in phytonutrients, and I cooked them, and I can assure you it's difficult to cook them well and make them taste good, but I did eat them. And so I took 5 years to write this song that's under 3 minutes because it took 5 years to figure out how to remove the word phytonutrient from the song and still get the information across. So here we go. Let us consider the lettuce. It's not as healthy as they said. Like certain anxious dogs, it's a little overbred. They made it as sweet as they can. That's what sells at a produce stand. Turns out something bitter is better for you. Oh, the rabbits and the woodchucks have known it all along. They're not getting into your garbage. They are out there in your lawn. When the world feels like a deadly place, eat something we can't erase. You wanna survive, eat the dandelion. If you wanna make it up the hill, eat something we cannot kill. They wanna give you one more pill. Get down in the dirt, maybe you will find a trait you can admire, a living thing that won't expire. Times are dire, eat the dandelion. Oh, the world will come to get you in oh so many ways. Complicated chemicals rounding out our days. Kraft, Cheetos, stuff like that's gonna make us stupid, make us fat. And I'll tell you where your health is at. Go out and eat the yard. If you wanna make it up the hill, eat something we cannot kill. They wanna give you one more pill. Get down in the dirt, maybe you will find a trait you can admire, a living thing that won't expire. Times are dire, eat the dandelion. It's bitter, it's true. Turns out bitter is better for you. If you wanna make it up the hill, eat something we cannot kill. They wanna give you one more pill. Get down in the dirt, maybe you will find a trait you can admire, a living thing that won't expire. Times are dire, eat the dandelion. Everybody, times are dire, eat the dandelion. Thank you. Come on up, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to bring up the band here for our last tune, and then we're going to send it over to Sloanie. This is a song I wrote quite a while ago when I heard Robert Bly say that as human beings, we have something called the longing muscle, which I loved that idea. He said, you know, and it's a muscle that we don't get to use very often now with Amazon delivering everything overnight. But it was on a CD that I made that was all about the myth of relationship and relationship with anything that we have. In the myth of Psyche and Eros, you know, they have this romantic beginning and they have this lovely romance, and then there's a moment of disappointment. Does this ring any bells in any aspect of your life? And after the moment of disappointment, which is actually realism entering the world, then they split up for a while, and they both have to grow up a little bit before at the end of the myth they get back together again in a somewhat more mature relationship. Sound like anything you've ever had happen? That's why they say it's a myth. It never happened, but it's happening all the time. So here's one way to look at that longing thing, but I have to put both capos on. I'm sorry, hold on.
You're amazing.
I'm almost there. Almost there. And I haven't been telling you about it, but you know, I put this goo-goo on my nails, these two nails, so that they're hard enough that they make a lot of noise. And a little like fisher get under one of them. And so every once in a while it like catches on the string. And it's a remarkable experience.
Ow! My nerve endings hurt.
You're all viscerally alert now, though, right? Not like being told your fingernails may be pulled out at any moment.
Sounds great to me, Coz.
All right, so I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna make like dirty laundry and get out of here. Whatever.
Would you take your time? Hey, you with the pink earrings. Ah. Oh.
This is the story of longing in the blood and the bone. Whatever it is you love that you're calling to come home. You can't predict love or the weather, make your life all fit together. This is where we are tethered to the center of it all. And I wonder why it is that I still want to believe that the gods are holding out their hands to me. Do you love something that ran away one night? You said, tell me all about you, and it was gone out of sight. The hopeless cause, the very long odds, the shot in the dark, and we call it an arrow. We say we fall, 'cause we don't understand the heart. And And I wonder why it is that I still want to believe that the gods are holding out their hands to me. I hear a bird and it sings when the dawn is still dark. Oh, can you feel the lightning in your body and your head? And don't believe them when they tell you the mystery is dead. One more dive from a very great height. What if we are doing this right? What do you love? It just might be the center of it all. And I wonder why it is that I still want to believe that the gods are holding out their hands to me. Nice job.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Cosy! Cosy, don't go far.
I'll be on the stairs. I'll be in the mosh pit.
In the stereo?
Yeah, the stereo.
Okay, wonderful.
I'll be hiding in the hysteria.
In the hysteria. Well, hey, everybody. So far, so good, huh? Ow! Cool, cool, cool. Well, this is a wonderful thing to be here in the new room at Caffe Lena. Very, very exciting. Yes, yes, quite something. Elevator, everything, you know. I'm very happy that I'll be able to come here for the rest of my life. You know, in the wheelchair or the walker, I can come up the elevator. I'm loving it. I'm loving every single solitary bit of it. But most of all, that you all are here. So I'm Sloan, and you guys have met Cadence Carroll here.
Hello, everybody.
Cadence is keeping us together tonight, people. I want you to know that she's providing the glue and the bridge for all things. And then over here is Stephen Murphy on guitar. Yeah. Yeah. So how about if we investigate, just for a tiny little bit, the energy around action and outcome. And apple crisp.
What about you? What about me? What about them? Oh, what about us? What about take?
Yeah, fuel the flame. Like I said, apple crisp, people. Yeah, I'm looking forward to something sweet. You know, always interested in the sweets at the club. I think there's some sort of orange chocolate lava thing, which sounds really dangerous. But I think in celebration of the energy of the supermoon, the vernal equinox, the sap running, there's something else. Oh, I know, Mercury in retrograde, right? Northern Lights, that's right. Tonight, people, tonight. What did it look like before you all came in here? Is it clear or? It was daylight. I'm loving that. I am loving that. Well, it's a perfect segue. Perfect segue. Just sort of taking in what this is feeling like.
One man's pleasure is another man's pain. One man's freedom is another man's chase. One man's garbage is another man's meal. Truth turns like a wheel. One man sees and another man's blind. One heart breaks, but another one's fine. One man's trouble is another man's deal. Truth turns like a wheel. Truth turns like a wheel. Try to understand how you feel. I'm trying to understand. Little guy follows and the big guy leads. He don't know what the little guy needs, because to him that man's world is just not real. Truth turns like a wheel. Truth turns like a wheel. Try to understand
Wonderful. So this next tune that we're going to do is has a real silver lining situation occurring in it. It's a song that celebrates what the rain can do. I'm into that. I'm into the rain and what it can do. It's called Bright Side of a Rainy Day. So it's a bit of a spring celebration ode. Yeah. Music feels good, you know.
My umbrella under my bed, having a dream, heap of laundry, words unsaid like something I have seen, cup and saucer, then girls by stain. The sounds and shades of green, another world, wash clean, clean slate is a thorough way, bright side of a rainy day. Yesterday wasn't so great. Truth because the scorch white sky. I cleared the table, but not my mind. Left the dishes in the air. The sounds of shades of green, another world, wash clean, clean slate is a thorough way, bright side of a rainy day. The day that I met you was the day I swore this could never happen. My eyes open, the same old sun remembers me. There behind a wall of water is everything I need. I think I hear the garden growing. The sounds, the shades of green, another world, wash clean, clean slate is a thorough way, bright side of a rainy day. The sounds, the shades of green, another world, wash clean, clean slate is a thorough way, bright side of a rainy day, bright side of a rainy day.
Well, thank you. Let it rain. Let it rain. Let those flowers. Oh, look, there are the lyrics from the thing I just did with Cosy. Well, that's over. Let the flowers come. Oh my goodness gracious. It's happening, right?
Like when Martha was celebrating her cool morning in Illinois. That was great. Sorry.
You just included 3
I know.
Sloan Wainwright songs in a sentence.
And you know, you'll get one of them, I promise. I promise. Cool. Okay, well, we're just going to do a couple more, okay, you guys? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break and we'll all rush the bathroom, okay? And then we can get some more treats, and you guys will come back and we'll do a big old swap. What do you think of that? Is that cool? So my, it's interesting. This energetic exchange that we're in. I love my job. I love my work. But I have to say that, when you're up here on stage, it's like you guys kind of learn a lot about me, and I don't really know that much about you. So at the halftime and after the show, if you want to come up and tell me something about yourself, I would actually really, would make me feel more balanced. Okay? Yeah. No, if you have a little story you want to tell me, because I would like to proclaim my most fabulous and wonderful news. I am now a 4-time noni. 4 grandchildren, and I'm psyched. Yeah, I'm telling you, it just gets better and better and better, baby. Better and better and better. So we're just going to do 2 tunes that kind of go together just because they celebrate and honor this incredible thing that's going on that I don't really understand, but it's incredible. So the first tune that we're going to do is a song that I wrote for my firstborn grandson, Miles George McTavie, who lives in Merritt Island, Florida. Oh my God. I live in Armonk, New York. This kind of pisses me off. But I am at one with JetBlue. But I give thanks and praise for the music because it's really helping me work this you-know-what out. Miles. Mysterious and new. Thank you. Thank you. So, the boys are in Florida, Miles and Jack. The girls are 15 minutes from me. Yeah. So, you know, the thing is that I have two sons, and, you know, I have moved through my life believing that I have been divinely protected, being given sons. You know, was really glad that I had boys because I was really scared of girls. I know that sounds kind of crazy because I am female and I'm a girl, and that's changed now because I have two little granddaughters, and I can't believe I ever felt that way. Because they're incredible and amazing, and they totally blow my mind. And I'm going to stop right now and just do this tune for you. And you can kind of tell that the energy is a little different because they are, can I swear? They're hot shit, okay? And they've got beautiful red hair, both of them. Oh my God. I dreamed you before you were born, knew you'd be coming through. I couldn't be sure of the time or a place, but I knew it had to be you. I saw you in your daddy's eyes, dancing right from the start, twirling and whirling, inevitably straight to my heart. And here you are, in all of your pudge perfection, the most kissable baby by far, my lovable sweet confection. You got me, what a surprise. I know that it might sound contrived. I'm a fool in love, completely undone by your goofy little lit up smile. And as if this wasn't enough, I'm proud of you folks in advance, through thick and thin, through lose and win. It's a beautiful five-way romance that includes me. Here we are, a motley but brave collection. With open arms, shower you with affection. So welcome to this wonderful world. We all must have wished on a star, from midnight to magic to moon glow, to somewhere over the rainbow. Having a clue, but who knows, baby, here you Yeah, I know. Oh no! Not yet. Well, we're just going to do one more tune, and remember what I said to you guys. I want to hear your stories. So today, here we are. Today is the 23rd of March, right? So my mom, Martha, who, in my very interesting opinion, was an amazing, amazing woman, a woman ahead of her time. She actually, tomorrow, the 24th, is the anniversary of her leaving this plane and moving on to another one. That was in 1998, which is really, no, 97, which is kind of amazing that she's been flying around working in other places since then. But what I want to tell you is that my mom was a true inspiration to me, and I loved her a lot, all right? I was a mama's girl. I still am, Okay? She was a cool lady. Born in South Georgia, one of 4 daughters. They're very poor. Their dad was a potato farmer. She ended up moving to Atlanta to move in with her Aunt Esley when she was about 15 years old. And about a year and a half, 2 years later, she joined the Marine Corps. Wow. Yeah. And actually, that's where she met my dad, who was also in the Marines. He grew up in Hewlett, Long Island. They moved north, and my mom kind of never looked back. The thing about my mom is that she was a mistress of creating and recreating and creating and recreating herself, not afraid to begin again. So by the time I was old enough to remember, my mother was a therapist. She was a yoga teacher. She studied Ayurvedic medicine and was a practitioner. She studied Jin Shin Jitsu and was a hands-on healer. I had a mother who, when I walked by her, she would reach out and adjust my tailbone. Thanks, Mom. And my mom was, even though she was brought up Southern Baptist, she was on the city yoga path, so Baba Muktananda was her guru. So I grew up going to the ashram, getting bopped on the head with the peacock feather. I knew Chitvilasananda when she was Malti, okay? Thanks, Mom. Now, my mom was also an incredible slogan sayer, and so many of the things that she said to me throughout my entire life had found their ways into my songs, so many lines. Things like, inch by inch, life's a cinch, yard by yard, life is hard. You guys know that one, right? Cool, right. Another one of my favorites, when I was learning how to drive, if I'd be getting really impatient, she would say to me, your time will come. It's a good one to remember when you're getting pissed on the road. If I'd ask her for a loan, for money, she'd say, it's good to want things. Very, very wise woman. But my all-time favorite Zen Martha saying, if you want to be happy, keep your mind off your thoughts.
If you want to be happy, keep your mind off your thoughts. Focus on the things you have, not what you haven't got. Thoughts will keep you up at night, they'll drive you to the brink. Thoughts will make you crazy, don't believe all that you think. If you want to be happy, if you want to be happy, be careful what you say. Resist the urge to criticize when things don't go your way. Can't make yourself feel better, putting other people down. Remember, words can hurt you when they come back around. If you want to be if you want to be happy, gotta give up control. Take your hands off the wheel, let the dice roll. When you give up competition, there can be no power play. Trust the mystery and let the chips fall where they may. If you want if you
you so much. We're going to take a little break, and then we'll come back for more.
Wow. You know, and I have yet to say the fact that this new place is amazing.
It's amazing.
Wow. And I understand there was quite a Capitol Drive, and I'm sure, and I saw that your names are on the tables if you bought the table. That's so cool. I'm so delighted that we're here. It's great to play in such a venerable room. So I want to thank Sarah for having us. And Joe, can we have a hand for Joe, who's been doing the most amazing job on this sound? Thank you, Joe. Well, I'm starting so that Sloan can finally find her way to the women's room after speaking to many people. I'm sure she's going to be happy I shared all that with you. I changed these strings for you this morning. And Charlie, you played the guitar for a while. Had you had butter or something when you played the guitar?
Uh-oh.
This one is like,
Get no credit.
it's just kind of thuddy.
Butter?
Yeah, well, it was something
Does
like...
butter make strings?
Well, actually, Sloan doesn't have butter. She has that near butter substance. The near butter substance. No, it's okay. It was for a vegan. There's a reason there's near butter. It kind of melts. So I'm going first, and then Sloan and Steve will join us, and we'll be all up here. And I have dotted the stage. I've sprinkled little stools around, hoping that we might be able to sit a little bit. I don't know if it'll work. I also sprinkled my tea there, and that could be bad, because I no longer have anywhere to put the tea that I can reach. So we'll see. There once was a young girl named Psyche. She fell in love with the god of love named Eros. And Eros, being the young god of love, wasn't really ready for the depth of commitment that a young woman like Psyche is going to want from her first boyfriend. And when she tried to ask him some sort of personal probing questions, Eros ran off, and Psyche was left to mourn her lost boyfriend. But along comes his mother, the goddess Aphrodite. And she says, well, I'll get you my son back, but you'll have to work for me for the summer first. And Aphrodite gives Psyche impossible jobs to do. And one of the impossible jobs that Aphrodite gives to Psyche is that there is a pile of seeds the size of this new, beautiful Caffe Lena. And in this pile of seeds, which you can imagine would be a large pile of seeds, are 3 different kinds of seeds. And Aphrodite says to Psyche, by tomorrow morning, I want to see 3 piles of 3 different kinds of seeds. Now, Psyche knows an impossible job when she has been given one. And naturally, when faced with an impossible job, she starts to feel rather overwhelmed. What are you guys doing back there?
Feeling overwhelmed.
Are you like acting out the story? Which one of you is Psyche?
We're just worried about the seeds. That's it. It's a
like
big
a lot,
pile of
big
seeds.
job.
Well, so is Psyche, and she's feeling rather overwhelmed by this overwhelming task that has to be done by tomorrow morning. And naturally, when faced with an overwhelming task, Psyche starts to feel depressed. And Psyche, being depressed, starts to feel tired. And Psyche falls asleep. But when she wakes up the next morning, there are 3 piles of 3 kinds of seeds. While she's been asleep, the ants have come, and they have divided the piles for her. So next time you feel overwhelmed, take a nap. Everything gets better after a nap. I took a nap in an overwhelmed mood one day, and this is what I saw. 6 limousines pulled into my driveway. 3 were gray and 3 were black. You would get that. 6 chauffeurs got out of 6 front doors and opened 6 doors in the back. And from each limousine came a part of a heart, like the kind you would see on a card from Hallmark. Each piece was carried by a family of ants, and on the lawn it looked like each part of that heart danced together to become one. heart might mean. Why, it arrived in 6 pieces, in 6 limousines. Limousines carry power, ants usually do not. And maybe in the ant world, these ants were big shots. The ants camped out with the heart in the fine summer weather, and I watched as they slowly sewed it together. For a while there, it looked like Frankenstein, but a heart without some stitching is hard to find. The limousines left, but the ants stayed. And each morning they circled the heart, and they prayed, and they sang at ant hymns and ant lullabies, and the scars on that heart healed by and by. One morning I looked out, and the ants had gone, and the heart looked quite alone out there on the lawn. So I went out to see. I found a note there for me. It said, with you we all abide. Your heart has arrived. Thank you.
Good job, guys. Sloanie, come on out. Sloan Wainwright. Come on back. Steve Murphy. All right, I need a chair. Sit on that. I'll sit way back here.
Okay, your heart has arrived.
Yeah.
I want to put my glasses somewhere.
Hand it to me.
Oh my God. Oh boy, she just bumped into the tuning pegs.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is big. You don't mess with the tuning of a banjo after it's been tuned.
Oh my God. You know, Cadence, you have the golden touch, my darling. The banjo is in perfect tune. Right. That was Phyllis. So, okay. So many things that I want to say. I'm just going to say this right now. For those of you who don't know, I'm learning how to play the banjo again. As a kid, I played, and then I literally put the banjo in the case when, put the banjo in the case when I was about 20 years old after playing for 5 years. And then I just opened up the case and started taking lessons a year ago in January. And what I want to say to you is that for me, it's really hard to learn something. It's really hard to do something and stick with something, for me, that I'm not very good at, you know. I'm trying to find my way in. And as a person who moves through my life, moves through the world, through music and words and songs and all that, what seems to be happening is that I'm finding my way into the banjo with writing songs. So that's pretty close. That's pretty close, oh boy. So, oh boy. Can you hear it? Oh no. Oh no, stop. I got nothing here inside my head.
Okay, let's do that. So, we're going to do that, but I have to do a feng shui thing. Do you guys mind? My brother, who's an interior designer, says feng shui is short for I don't like where you put the couch. But no, you don't have to move. But I have to have Cadence if she'd come forward so I can see her. Oh, sure. I like to have Cadence on stage because I want to see her. She has like the happy gene. And to miss out on seeing Cadence's smile as you're performing is really to miss a lot. You guys are looking at it and I am missing it. So Cadence, if I move over a little bit, will you come forward a little bit? Is that problematic of me to do it?
I'm worrying about Charlie a little bit.
Okay, Charlie, are you going to divorce me?
Charlie, are you going to divorce me?
Charlie, that stool is no longer necessary. Oh, it is. So you sit on it the right.
This is active feng shui. I'm actively feng shuiing the stool out of my feet.
So we're getting rearranged. It will be a little more crowded. But when we had the rehearsal the other night at Sloan's house, we were crowded in her lovely little living room and all facing each other, and it was just the best. So we've been sort of doing this show now for a couple of years, I think, Sloan, yeah? Did you eat that apple crisp I brought you? No.
Not yet, dear. There's cookies back there. And maybe we'll have a glass of wine later.
The boys and I, we ate lots of dessert. We shared everything. It was so yummy.
I just kept putting cough drops in my mouth so I wouldn't eat anything. That tells you all about all of our personalities right there.
Oral! Come on, people, dance!
I think she had some sugar.
I haven't had any sugar yet.
Smash the dishes in the kitchen, the altar in the cage. Why not have a life that gets up off the page? Open up your mouth, sing your most fervent hope. How much of your life will you stuff down your throat? Everything unravels. Everything will fade. Do you love the life you made? It's a risk and a leap, and then a hole in the net. It is a miracle you have not given up yet. It seems to reward arrogant fools. Blows up in your face, doesn't follow the rules. Everything unravels. Everything will fade. Do you love the life you made? Moment of rest. Song. All you do right meets all you do wrong. All the ways you can die, the ways you can live. The one wrong move, it's a lot to forgive. Everything unravels. Everything will fade. And do you love the life you made? Yay!
right, just getting a little, no sugar yet, look out.
Sorry, Kate. Okay, sorry.
So, who was calling out Sloan tunes earlier?
Me!
Who's that?
Of course, John Dillon.
Would you like the list? I have a
No, that's,
organized. We've loved you for many years.
I love you too. Thank you for being here tonight. Cool. So one of the tunes that John called out is Cool Morning, which is an oldie but a goodie. I actually, oh really? So Cool Morning got born right around my 45th birthday. And I'm telling you, it's too bad that I didn't know then what I know now. Because I was going down the very bad birthday path, if you know what I mean. Totally. Yeah. But what happened was, miraculously, I was able to remove myself from the center of the universe and simply look out the window in the month of May and regard the incredible beauty that I was surrounded by while I was listening to an incredible descending figure that Stephen had given to me to listen to and to make a song on. So this is Cool Morning, my birthday song, my gratitude song. Cool morning coaxes coats, foot open by the side of the road. Leggy lilac leans o'er the split rail to greet the meadow marigold. Fiery red azaleas flare, twisting wisteria climbs the garden wall. Perfect hearts that believe to rumble on their stem. Purple lipstick iris uncurled through my open window, taking root in the dirt. I'm happy with what I got, and now I see I've got a lot. Violets nestle in blades of grass, wild mustard hides the well-worn path. Spring beauty grows with fiddlehead fern, sturdy primrose pushes up through last year's leaves. Through my open window, taking root in the dirt. I'm happy with what I got, and now I see I've got a lot. How can I hold these flowers in my hand so I don't forget what is real once through my open window, taking root in the dirt. I'm happy with what I got, and now I see I've got a lot. Cool morning coaxes coats, foot open by the side of the road.
at this beauty and going, we're going in another direction. I got a lot, I'm happy with what I have. No, all right, let me be arguing. I don't know. What is it when you like fight against things? It's that part of you that's kind of, well, anyway. I just decided it was time to bring out my alter ego, Chlamydia, and she would do a few songs. So. It's a little bit of. Well, it shows you that what our demographic is, that many people have forgotten what it was. Cast your mind back.
I thought I almost choked.
This is a song that I wrote when I used to live in Moab, Utah, and I had a lot of cats, so I always had to have house sitters when I was going on the road. And I had this amazingly beautiful house sitter named Juliet, and Juliet would show up at my house each time she was going to house sit for me with some new beautiful tattoo or piece of jewelry embedded about her person somewhere. And they looked great on Juliet. Juliet was 21, and she was that perfect age for these sort of things. And one time she moved out, and she left her nose ring on the back of the toilet. And it was about time that I was very much no longer 22, but I was thinking about whether or not I should pierce something, and perhaps it would lock it into youth while the rest of me moved forward. So, if for any reason any of you had this experience as well, I am your mascot, and if you decided not to do it, I am your mascot, and this is your fight song. Some people look sexy and fierce when they are multiply pierced. I must be getting too old. All I can think is, how would I get that in and out of my nose? Some people can look nice with a metallic device coming out of their face in an unusual place. And there are problems too with colorful tattoos. They look nice on young skin with healthy collagen, but gravity could be sad. The wrinkles really won't add. These are thoughts I've entertained while considering being ritually maimed. And it takes poise and aplomb and a very taut abdomen. Why put an earring in a navel that's disappearing into a comfortable repose? If you have to dig for it in the folds when you bend over or sit down, it's 3 inches in and 2 more down. You might not look erotic or fierce if you were multiply pierced. Thank you.
Is it 3 inches in and 2 inches down, or is it 2 inches in and 3 inches down?
Varies by season.